course, as usual, we have today again the operations officer at the Criminal Investigations Department, based at the headquarters, Lieutenant Levy. And of course, we have the Regional Commander for Freetown West, Commissioner Victor Manfred Williams is also here. And then we have the Regional Media Commander, Freetown East, Mr. Hazley, Commissioner of Police, is also here with us. And then we have the Delta 3. He's always been here anyway, except for 1 or 2 other times. But he's always here, and then Mr. Osasinesi. You are welcome, sir. All of you are welcome. And of course, I'm stepping in for the chairperson, AI General Mana, and if they come, then we vacate the seat. Let me use this opportunity to welcome all of you. This is becoming habitual. It's becoming regular. In other words, every week in, week out, we make sure we try as best as possible to get the media around and to inform them about our activities, our operations, and some of the things we do over the past week. And we come and give this because the people have the right to know, and because they have the right to know, it is the work of the journalists to let them know. So this is why we have within the police the Media and Public Relations Department, and they have the sacred responsibility to maximize positive news about the institution and equally to minimize negative news about the institution. So we interface with the press on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on an hourly basis, or minute by minute, as the case may be. So this is why our doors are always open and come over to us. We are willing and ready to provide you the required information. The reason why we are doing this one, if you hear about perception, they say for people to form a kind of negative perception about an institution, it boils down to the fact that they lack sufficient knowledge about the operations of the institution. And so because they lack appropriate knowledge or sufficient knowledge about the institution, they form their own opinion. So this is why we always make sure that we call you around and then we inform you, we give you relevant information about our operations. For the week under review, so many things happened. And this is why we have a galaxy of officers, very senior officers at the tactical as well as the strategic cadre within the Salo Police Force. They are here to provide the required information. On the side of the Media and Public Relations Department, let me officially inform you that we trained a total of 55 media personnel within the police last week between the 4th and the 5th of May 2022 at the Salo Peacekeeping and Law Enforcement Academy. So those guys are going to be posted, or are going to be deployed to every police division within Sierra Leone, and they are going to be the focal persons to be talking to the press. In other words, if you now go to Longley, when we shall have completed the postings for them or the deployment, if you go to Longley as a journalist, you now have somebody to talk to, somebody who is there to seek your interest. It's not going to be like before. And then that one is also going to help the SLP, because that's the dream of the IGP, that we must have what we call seamless flow of information. Information coming from bottom, and it has to go right up there. So it's that kind of bottom top or top bottom flow of information. So anytime from now, maybe between now and next week, they are going to be redeployed as information officers. And then I'm sure you're going to be working with them, because sometimes you might go to the divisions or the stations and you require information, and then you now know I have to talk to the media, to the information officer, and it's going to be of help to you. And again, you might even want to know some of the issues we covered in that training. We looked at interview techniques. We also looked at editing and fact-checking skills. We looked at professional policing ethics. We also looked at basic photographic skills. We looked at the media code of practice. You cannot practice journalism alone without talking about media code of practice. So we looked into that one so that they become aware of what is within. We also looked at the right to access information 2013. And then there is going to be a kind of organogram. In other words, we start from down there and then move on to the region as regional media officers, and then come to the center where you have police headquarters. So they were taken through all those ones, and I'm sure it came out very clearly. Somebody from SMBC was there, AYV, and then they reported about it, I'm sure. Again, something happened yesterday. No, the day before yesterday, that was on Tuesday. And on Tuesday was, I think, 11th, eh?
Yeah.
I'm right.
Yeah.
You know, we have our guys out there. Let me lay the foundation.
The 10th.
Okay. Let me lay the foundation. According to Act number 7 of 1964, that's the Police Act, functions were specified that the police are supposed to perform. They say we should protect lives and property. We should enforce relevant laws. We should maintain law and order. We should prevent and detect crime. We should investigate and prosecute offenders. And then we also have the mandate to even regulate the free flow of traffic. And so when you see a policeman, you see the state, because he is a representative of the state. This is why they carry the coat of arms. So when you see a traffic officer who is a policeman, he is there performing the job he is supposed to perform as provided for by the 1964 Police Act. And if you check the Constitution of Sierra Act number 6 of 1991, if you read section 155 going down to section 158, specifically they make reference to the police. And if you read section 188 of the same Constitution, it adopted the 1964 Police Act. So in other words, the Police Act is a statutory instrument, but we also have the constitutional instrument providing for us to exist. So we are not just coming from the blues, we are not just coming from Mars. We are on planet Earth and we are doing what we are supposed to do. And so sometime last year, we agreed that we must preserve the sanctity of the central business district. In other words, we must not allow, well, Okada riders, it's like the Okada is not an English name. The motorcycles, those guys who are doing the motorcycles. We agreed, we had a meeting here with the executive, and we told them we are not going to allow them to be breaching the CBD. They must not come to the CBD. They must stay out of the CBD. They cannot pay, but they must stay out of the CBD. Because don't forget that people come to this country and they see how we operate, and they treat us, or maybe they are going to respect us based on the things they see we do. So there was an agreement. Surprisingly, we still have to be out there to make sure that they do not come in. That should not be the case. If they say don't come here, don't go there. But they keep coming, and over and again we keep changing our mode of operations. So we have this central team. They were out there at Siaka Stephen Street performing their duties. And then one of the officers intercepted a motorbike, interrogated him, and whilst he was doing the interrogation, these guys came from nowhere. And they came and they were insisting that he has to let go the rider as well as the motorcycle, the motorbike, the Okada. fair enough, the Okada guy said, and I can quote him, na left we and the policeman will be na left we. But the guys were insistent. They were insistent. And then they forced the police officer to give away, I put it that way, to give away the bike. And then they forcefully took the bike away from the police officer. And the next step was to take the motorbike or the motorcycle that the police were using. So it was then the scuffle came in. And this guy from nowhere came and collared the police. He is not a pillion. Equally so, he wasn't a rider. He wasn't a pillion, he wasn't a rider. He came from the group. In fact, from his statement, I spoke with him personally. He said, hey, my man, let me send me. So he met the incident and then he became part of the incident. And then he was like, he was the main protagonist. You saw what happened, you saw the video. That one was very embarrassing. You cannot behave to a policeman the way he behaved to that police officer. He was even forcing the police officer on the ground. Came out with a clear statement. I made some moves. I had to inform the Human Rights Commission. I have a reason for informing them. I informed them officially that this is the situation, and I gave them the video, let them see. So we are doing our investigations because we have the money to do it. And then we are going to test the law. Sometimes you have to test the law. Under the criminal justice system, it's a kind of tripartite arrangement. Here you have the police, you have the judiciary, and then you have the correctional service. So we are going to play our part by conducting the investigations, and then we take the matter to the second level, that is the judiciary. They have the right to do what? To interpret the law and to punish lawbreakers. So we are going to see what they are going to do. But this one is very glaring. The video is out. And then what they did, if you read section 39 of the Police Act of 1964, you must not assault a police officer. It's assault on police. In uniform. Even if he's not in uniform, if he identifies himself to be a policeman, say for example, displaying the ID card for you to see, and you now know this man is a policeman, you're not supposed to assault him. So that guy was assaulted, he was embarrassed, he was humiliated, molested. Like I said in one of the in one of the radio programs, that one is an offense against the state. So it is criminal. When an offense is criminal, it is against the state. So what you expect at the end of the day is punishment. But like I say, it's not our duty to punish anybody. That's not the work of the police. It's not our work. So we are going to investigate like we are doing now, and then we take the matter to court. The press release is here. I'm sure some of you had accessed it. But if you don't have it and you want it, we can still provide the press release here, and then you now see. But again, if you look at the trends, we even made reference to the trends. Of late, what is happening? Every single thing, people will confront the police. Why are you confronting the police? You think he's there because he wants to be there? He's there because the law says he has to be there. Yeah. And if he doesn't go there, he's not going to get his salary. They will sack him. No man for dinner, son? No. But that's the situation. I chose to become a policeman. I'm qualified to be a lecturer. Far qualified to be a lecturer in the university. But I chose to become a policeman. You chose to become a journalist. So I respect you for what you are. Respect me for what I am. So there should be that spirit of reciprocity. I respect you and then you respect me as well. It's a give and take situation. But if I respect you, I do what I'm supposed to do as a policeman, and you are disrespecting me because I'm a policeman, you are not only disrespecting me, you are disrespecting the state. Because I'm working for the state. This is troubling, but like I said, we are going to test the law. We take it to court, and then we profile the required evidence, and then wait for what is going to happen. So let me stop so far, and then let me now invite the regional commander for Freetown East, Commissioner easily to make a statement or to give update for and on behalf of the Legion. Thanks.
Good afternoon. Like Media Mara said, that situation was very embarrassing. And disappointingly, since that day of the incident, the other day up to this morning, no such reporters featured in any of the newspapers. But if it has been the reverse, you guys must have climbed up to the top of the canopy and shouting, the police have assaulted somebody. And when the policeman was dragged disgracefully, others were there clapping, raising the other guy, molesting somebody who is wearing your taxpayers' money uniform. But like he said, we'll test the law and we'll see the outcome. Commissioner Francis says it's my name. I am the regional commander for Eastern East, and for some time now I've not been coming for this meeting. I've been sending my media officer. But from my end, I have two issues to discuss here. One is about a murder incident which is being investigated by my crime team. There was a quarrel between two brothers, the Kuma family from Fayamnambo. For those of you who know Waterloo, to your fingertips, these two guys are blood brothers. Ali, being the eldest, is 40 years old, and his younger brother, who was later confirmed to be insane, had a brief quarrel over food. Ali was in his house, he stays there with his family. Kasim goes and comes. Ali was having his lunch. Kasim just popped in and met his elder brother eating. Well, without invitation for us Africans, in our local parlance, say, well, let me eat here, or make her eat here, something like that. I think he dipped his hands into the food, and the eldest brother removed his hands, shook it, and just dashed it away. He said, so you don't eat with your hands. He then stepped into the food. There brought up the fight between the eldest brother and the younger brother. Kasim, who was later confirmed to be insane, took a knife and stabbed his elder brother on the neck. He collapsed to the ground. He was rushed to the Waterloo Health Center, but gave up the ghost before they could reach. He remains is presently at the morgue at Connaught, and Kasim is helping my guys with the investigation of Waterloo. But after conversation with him, he said he refused him to eat the food, and he first collared him, and they went into a fight. And well, from their exchanging of blows, I think he had a heavier blow than his brother that brought him to the ground. But when they told him your brother is not there, he said, well, he has gone to sleep. We thought it was just a formality or formula, but the parents later confirmed that Kasim is insane, and he has been in that situation for months or years now. But presently he's in our custody, isolated custody, please. Help you with the investigation. That is from Waterloo. Then from Harbour Division, the pharmacy board team headed by Mr. Kuruma, a group of journalists and our officers acted upon a tip-off for some drugs belonging to UNICEF, and these free drugs to be supplied to people, and went to Peace Market. Somebody gave the information that a certain shop here with the inscription Nene Kafumba was having these drug stores in their shop. But upon the tip-off, we quickly dashed to the scene. One Mr. Mohammed was asked to open the door to the shop. Indeed, he opened, and large quantities of these free healthcare drugs and other drugs were found in the shop. Well, upon interrogations, he said he was only asked to keep the drugs there for safety, and samples of these drugs were taken, and shop was closed with heavy nails and batting. The storekeeper which opened the door for us is present in our custody. Whilst Mr. Kroman and his team took these samples, we are waiting for their returns to give us whether these drugs are government drugs, free healthcare drugs, or otherwise. But the investigation is in progress. From Freetown East, these are the two issues I have for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Two reports, very important. She needed me a code of practice. The first rule is talking about accuracy. And accuracy talks about check and cross-check. I listened to the report this morning in a particular radio. They were talking something. Somebody who reported as a journalist. He was reporting something very different. He was reporting about mango. You now get the correct source. He was talking about mango. You know, they kind of mango tick, can't pick mango, we can left tell her. Completely different from what the regional commander is reporting. So you have to cross-check. Sometimes don't depend on what you are told. Go there and clarify things so that you know you deal with yourself.
Good afternoon, everybody. Mr. Media Man, who is sitting in the chair, I want to respect all protocols, existing protocols. For Freetown West, it's relatively calm and quiet than last week. We have few reports. I'll start with the 8th of May. One Sheikh Mohammed Tijan Koroma of Mende Street, Porto, reported that on attack about 200 hours, he was attacked and robbed by a group of men. His thing can be identified with machete and a gun. During the process, the sum of $7,800 United States dollars, 14,100,000 loans, and other valuables were stolen from him. The scene had been visited and a suspect in custody helping with that investigation. The second one was Fode Dumbe of Big Water off Main Peninsula Road. He reported of Memuna Tobacco, who was found in a pool of blood, dead. The Adonkia police station visited the scene, get snapshots. 6 people are now in custody, helping with the investigation. Once the corpse of Memuna was taken to mortuary for postmortem examination. She was suspected to have been murdered because her throat was slit. Also, on the same date, 8th of May, Alhaji Ali Bari and others of Juba Bridge reported that the Kuma Valley main pipe overflows and causes destruction to the houses. However, the police went to the scene and the managing director, Mr. Francis, also rushed to the scene. They were able to mend the pipe and talk to the people who are affected. But one thing I want to make clear, we've been cautioned that you should have your house 10 feet away from Gumapai. It's as a result of this accident that are taking place, so that it won't affect you. Of course, we also police the Lebanese parliamentary elections at their spousal residence. It ended up well, without any cause for concern. Also, there was an incident which replicated what happened on Tuesday. Hassan Sisi, Ibrahim Suleiman Saye, and Albert Kuruma of Gasfield reported that they were injured as a result of a police officer discharging a weapon. It all started, these officers, based on intelligence, went to that location and arrested somebody with kush and other drugs. When they were about to take him away, these boys confronted the police. They were about to disarm the officer of his weapon. They had to release the shot. It was a fragment that caught them. But like we are saying, how can you confront a man with a weapon to take the weapon away from him? We are bringing this to the light so that the press and our Salarian people will know that our youths have to be cautioned. Well, actually, we support also the court. We execute some court orders at Bobo and Sussex, and it ended up successfully. Of course, like the orator have already mentioned, the report is also in my region. Constable Habib was assaulted by this fellow from nowhere, wherein he molested the officer. But Central Division is investigating. We are also providing security for the technical team that are establishing the green belt at Mansoti, Leone, and its surroundings and its environment. So for now, Peter West is calm. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Victor Manfred Williams, Peter West. I think one thing we didn't mention, when I say we, I'm talking about the police generally, we successfully policed the last NPS.
Okay.
It was very quiet, eh?
Yeah.
It came out very well. We made sure it came out very well. So we have to blow our horn and then let people know that we did that one because it's our constitutional as well as statutory duty. Let me now invite the third in command. So when we say Delta 1, it means it's the first in command, it's the head, the director. And the second man there is Delta 2. And the third in command is Delta 3. It's like you have Media 1 and then you have Media 2. So for the OSD, the Operational Support Division, for them, the Delta 3, the third in command, is in charge of operations. The second in command is in charge of administration. And then the first in command is providing oversight for operations as well as administration. So let me now invite Dr. Senesi to address the press conference.
Colleague, senior officers, members of the Fourth Estate, good afternoon all. I'm Dr. John Martin Senesi, Deputy Director of Operation Support Division. Of course, on the 11th of May 2022, Operation Support Division personnel supported Freetown West in policing the state opening of Parliament. which was well policed. Of course, on the same date, I was a supervising officer for both Freetown East and West, assisted by Superintendent Solomon Koroma. On our tour of duty, all what we saw, we need to really commend the two regional commanders, because their men, officers and men are on top of security situation. All the checkpoints were intact, the roadblocks. You talk about the stations. I even have a copy of my report, which I wrote to the Director of Operations, and I gave support copy to the Inspector General of Police. I want to say thanks and appreciation to him, even though the night was very hectic for us. At 0300 hours on today's date, upon our arrival at Freetown West Regional Headquarters, we met another ugly situation there. That I saw one police constable, PC 18531 Kanu H, sustaining some injury on his hand, and I asked her, "Can you please tell me why you are in search mode?" And she said, "Not just me, but look at my colleague. Both of us were assaulted by Grace Koroma." And I asked her to give me the reason for her to assault them. She said, "We saw this lady in one keke approaching the checkpoint adjacent to the Lumley police station. But she was so afraid of the checkpoint or the policemen, not soon as she set eyes on us, she decided to leave the keke so that she can take escape route of the checkpoint. And they instructed her that please ensure you go through the check-ins. She was having a small purse with her, according to the explanation, and she threw it to another lady in the keke who escaped with that purse. But later, because of their professionalism, they applied on her, they searched her. Some amount of dry leaf suspected to be kush, as alleged, was discovered from her. And according to their explanation, it was during that course she assaulted both of them. They sustained some human bites from her. Based upon their narrative, I gave instruction to the shift commander that he should ensure that they issue medical form to both of them. That is PC 18531 Awakanu and PC 20118 Ture, which he complied, and later instructed one Inspector Kamara as the investigator in charge of the said matter. Indeed, they went to see the medical doctor for his professional advice, and presently the matter is ongoing at the regional headquarters. In relation to what Media One mentioned about the police constable Kanawa who was attacked by some youths, if we can actually go to our constitution, 1991 constitution, and you look at section 16, you will agree with me that it is clearly stated there that someone that threatens to kill or to set a building ablaze, it is the duty of that armed personnel to apply his professionalism by using self-defense, which is also clearly stated in our green card.
Respect state authorities, state functionaries, respect whoever is placed above you. I like the well, I'm a Christian. But the Bible says you have to respect those in authorities. The Christians are lying.
Pray for them.
Eh? You don't pray for us? Huh?
Lucky should.
Huh?
Lucky is not here.
Huh?
Lucky is used to pray.
Oh, Rocky is not here.
Yeah.
So you are waiting for Rocky?
Yeah, he's used to pray. He's our imam.
Okay, that for Western, for Freetown. No, not Freetown, for Western area. Let me close by inviting the operations officer and the criminal investigations department to split and clear me.
Good afternoon, Media One, who doubles as the chairman of the press conference today. The two commanders from the Freetown East and West, operations officer from the Operational Support Division, colleagues, officers, and the First Estate. I have a few cases over the week review to highlight for the press conference today. I start from the rear. I have a case of an alleged case of an false pretenses. On Friday, the 29th April 2022, the Criminal Investigation Department headquarters, Panema Road, Freetown, received an information from the Tertiary Education Commission, TEC, of number 8 John Street, Freetown, that Alim Maki Ponte, the head of Administration and the Professional Global Training Institution, situated at the old Immigration Building, Roddy Street, Freetown, is operating the said institution without accreditation from the TEC, thereby attempting to undermine the quality management process developed for tertiary education in Sierra Leone. An statement has been obtained from the media, from Nadia Parkinson, the manager for academic program, new institution and registration at the Tertiary Education Commission. Then the Tertiary Education Commission TEC has provided relevant document to aid the investigation. Suspect Alim Maki Conte was invited to the office and has been interviewed in respect of the allegation. Progress report is in process for the attention of the authorities. The matter is under investigation. The second case is also an alleged case of an embezzlement. On Thursday, the 5th May 2022 at 19:20 hours, Melvin Campbell of number 7 New Site, Waterloo, and the group head of operations, Site Bank of number 31 Sakastimi Street, Freetown, reported on behalf of the bank that on Thursday, the 5th May 2022 at about 1700 hours, at Balani and Sons Gas Point, at Kuton Road, Freetown, one Adon Levy of Urugu, Allentown, Freetown, and Bob Teller of the said bank received as deposits from various customers the sum of 495,978,000 being payment for Balani and Sons, which the latter converted to his own use and benefit. A team of detectives, along with site bank staff, including complainants, visited the scene of crime and Kuton Road, Freetown. The sum of 32,697,000 was discovered and treated as exhibit. A total of 28 Sky Bank Lodge voucher split with a total face value of
481,728,000 was discovered. A team of detectives, along with the Sky Bank staff, visited suspects' residence at Urugu, Allentown, Freetown, but could not be traced. Warrant of arrest is in force of the suspect. Investigation is in progress. Another case under investigation is an alleged case of cyber stalking and cyber bullying. On Thursday, the 5th May 2022, John Paul Simbu, Assistant Director of Ethics at the National Electoral Commission, NEC, and of number 59C Kisi Bypass Road, Freetown, assisted by some securities attacked National Electoral Commission, NEC, arrested and brought in Musa Raka Kamara of number 16 Kisi Road and Andrew Raka Kamara of number 4 Ross Road, Freetown, all working at the National Electoral Commission, NEC, and reported that on Thursday, 5th May 2022 at about 1100 hours, through social media, via WhatsApp group, Electoral Commission Staff Association, the latter created and posted certain audio containing cyber stalking and bullying messages in a bid to damage the characters of the National Electoral Commission authorities, and also made them look low in the eyes of rightful thinking Leones. Statement has been obtained from the complainant and witnesses. 2 suspects have been contemporaneously interviewed, and they are in custody helping the investigation. Request for the analysis of the audio recording has been forwarded to the Cyber Crime Laboratory to aid the investigation. Search has been conducted in their premises, but nothing of police interest was discovered. Files is to be sent to DPP for further investigation. Another case of embezzlement. On Thursday the 7th, on Saturday the 7th May 2022, the Economic Crime received a transfer case and inquiry file from PC Division for an alleged case of embezzlement of both 4 statements and 5 sets of documents, 1 suspect, for continuation of investigation. The report says that it is reported in the case and inquiry filed by Gabriel Halari of number 111 Joy Hangar Road, Joy, and of Global Connection Partnership Network, GCPN, that between March 2020 and the 25th of April 2022, Fatmata Veronica Taloko, who was the Finance/Human Resource Officer at the above-mentioned organization, embezzled the sum of 140 million from the organization. Comprehensive additional statement has been obtained from the complainant. The organization has provided relevant documents to aid the investigation. The finance officer, in the presence of Fatmata Veronica Taloko, is in custody helping the investigation. Now, the last but not the least is the case of unlawful possession of a substance suspected to be kush. On Monday, the 9th May 2022 at 17:50 hours, the Criminal Investigation Department headquarters received a transfer case and inquiry file containing 3 statements and 1 suspect by the name of Christian Junior Oku of Seku Lane, Lutufun, together with 1 carton containing 3 plastic packets of substances suspected to be kush from the airport division for continuation of investigation. It is stated that in the case and inquiry file that on Saturday the 7th May 2022 about 12:35 hours, Monina Masari, a staff of National Revenue Authority (NRA) Freetown International Airport Longe branch, also of NRA compound Masuela Longe, assisted by Police Constable 18666 Abu Bakar and 18420 Abubakar Sanko, attached to the Operation Support Division, Leone International Airport Station, arrested and brought in Mohammed Lavali, a cargo agent working for the International Freight Delivery Logistics situated at number 39 Cambo Street, Freetown, and Christian Junior Oku, a Nigerian national, also a clearing and forwarding agent working for a clearing and forwarding Freetown, Sierra Leone, and reported that at about 1100 hours on the same date at the new cargo shared Freetown International Airport, Lungi, the latter were found in possession of 3 black plastic packets containing green substance suspected to be kush, with airway bill number 02082301612. The matter is under investigation. These are the few cases that we have reported at CID under investigation over the